Hi there, my name is Rob Slack. Welcome to my video on basic snare drum technique. I've been teaching for many years, been a very active player in the Orange County, LA area here in California, 10 years with the Pacific Symphony, and as well as being at Chapman University. So I've had a lot of opportunities to teach a lot of different kinds of people, many players, older players, younger players, people that are just beginning from scratch. And I have a system which has proven over the years to be very successful both for me and for my students. And I'm here today to share that with you. And we're going to start from the very, very beginning, which will be how to hold the stick. All right, now here we have the stick. We have the bead of the stick and what's affectionately called the butt end of the stick. And my philosophy with holding the stick is to be nice and relaxed and hold it in a very natural way. It's almost as if you were just going to suspend it, find a balance point on it, and use gravity to your advantage. Now, if you find the balance point, you just kind of do this, and we have the balance point. You want to go back about 1 inch towards the butt end of the stick. Okay, put your hand over the top, and at this point, here's your 1 inch past the balance point. You want to have your middle finger underneath the stick. That's very important. Then you want to have your thumb on the side, the thumbprint part of your thumb touching the side of the stick. Now, the great thing about this is that you are not squeezing the stick between 2 points. Okay, many people promote the idea of squeezing the stick between the thumb and the first finger. And this uses a lot of energy and produces a lot of tension that is totally unnecessary when playing. Okay, so when you have the middle finger underneath supporting the stick and the thumb on the side, you don't have to squeeze the stick between 2 points. It eliminates that inefficient use of energy. Now the rest of the fingers are going to follow through. Your index finger should be nice and relaxed. I play matched grip, and I encourage all drummers and students to play matched grip. It's simpler in the way that both of your hands are going to be the same, so you don't have to learn a completely different technique, which would be traditional grip for the left hand. The other great thing about matched grip is that it transfers over very easily to mallet instruments like the xylophone or timpani, and in today's working world, it's very important for a drummer to also be a percussionist to get work in terms of being able to play xylophone and just being a good musician, a well-rounded musician. Okay, so we have our middle finger underneath, thumb on the side, and we're going to practice using this balance point with the middle finger by what's called dribbling the stick. And when you dribble the stick, you want to extend these fingers. It's kind of like picking up something this way. And you're going to bounce the stick, not moving the hand that's holding the stick, but moving the index finger of the opposite hand, just like this. Okay, notice my right hand holding the stick does not move. And it's totally relaxed. There's no reason to have any tension in terms of squeezing. Right? The trick here is to let the stick bounce. Just like bouncing a ball. So if you can get to this point, then you know that you're relaxed enough to let the stick bounce. If you're moving your hand up and down, the hand that's holding the stick, it'll be very difficult to let the stick bounce. There's your starting point. Okay, and then we're going to transfer this motion over to the wrist. So we're using a nice, relaxed wrist motion. In the down position, you should be able to see the butt end of the stick just a little bit. Okay, so you don't want to have the stick directly in line with your hand. You'll have many problems with the butt end of the stick hitting your hand then. So just a little bit, you should be able to see that, just a little bit there on the other side of your hand. And the wrist motion, okay, if you look at it here, you want to use a little bit above, a little bit below, in a nice relaxed way. And it's exactly like bouncing a ball. If you push the ball too hard when you go to bounce it, it's going to bounce up in your face out of control. So you don't really need a lot of force, just a gentle pushing. And the rest naturally happens. The planet is spinning, right? There's gravity. We're stuck to it. And when you push the stick gently, it's going to come right back to you, okay? It's a reaction off the head, and you want to use that rather than push the stick down and then have to physically pull it back up. Once again, that's wasted energy. It's very important to realize that drumming being a very physical thing has a lot to do with efficient use of energy. If you're working too hard and you're muscling everything, you will achieve neither, certainly not speed, nor control, nor will you have endurance. Okay, you must have relaxation first before you have control, endurance, any kind of accuracy, and lastly, speed. So the less energy you use, the better. And you want to get this going with both hands. Now notice I'm not stopping the stick down at the bottom of the stroke and then picking it up again this way. I'm just letting the stick come all the way up. All right, nice and natural so that there's no extra movement. You want to hold it gently and then only apply as much pressure as you need to accomplish the specific technique that you're doing. So this is what I call the default setting of relaxation. And there should be room for the stick to move in your hand as you move your wrist. It should not be rigid. Okay, there should be some play in here so that the stick can vibrate itself in your hand. And your fingers should follow the stick as it moves. The fingers are going to follow the stick as it moves so that they're always next to it in case you need them. But they're not necessarily pushing it. The stick is moving on its own momentum. Let me ask you, the audience, a question. What determines how loud you play in terms of a physical process? Okay, I'll answer it for you. Now the answer is this: the height of the stick. All right, if I'm up here, I'm going to get a very loud sound. If I'm down here, I'm going to get a very soft sound. So there's no reason to really force the stick into the head. If you do that, if you're tight in your grip and you're forcing the stick in, you will get a really dead, thuddy sound. And the object is to get the drum to resonate freely. Okay, and if you're too tense, then the sound is going to be very constricted and tense, and that's not something that you want.